the third step in being the enlightened parent is holding a safe container. And there's several layers with holding a safe container. And right now, if you just take a deep breath, pull yourself inside, maybe even place your hand upon your heart chakra, and invite your guides, your team, angelic beings of love and light to encircle you and to move into a safe, compassionate space inside themselves as they encircle you. You're asking your team, your guides, beings of love and light, to hold compassion and a safe space for you. And this might be a really good practice to do when you're lying in bed in the morning before you get up. Team, guides, can you hold compassion for me right now? Can you hold a safe space for me? You're not being shamed. They don't want to change you. They're seeing your capacity. They're witnessing your courage. They're witnessing your resilience, your strength. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing to fix. You're safe to be however you need to be, to go through whatever process. And they might even be validating your experience. You're struggling, you're stressed, you're anxious, you're grieving, you're happy, you're excited, you're nervous. They're validating your experience. They're witnessing you. And so when you feel that compassionate space that's being held for you by team and guides, now you have a frame. And feel into what would it be like to hold all responsibility for meeting all your needs deep in your core, hold all your control chips deep in your core, and hold a safe, loving space for your child to be in whatever process they need to be in, validating their experience with you statements. There's been some neuroscience on that when we use the words, I think you are feeling ... it doesn't actually land. We want to use the you statement of you're feeling upset, you're feeling angry. I really like using the words you are feeling as opposed to you're angry. When we say you're angry, they could link their identity with I'm an angry person. No, you're feeling anger. And when kids are young, they don't know what they're feeling. And so you, as the parent figure, you want to validate and tell them what they're feeling. And then they're like, no, I'm sad. Okay, you're sad. You don't have to worry about being right or wrong. And you can even do it with yourself. Like just the other day, I did it with my own body. And I said, body, you're really stressed and you're really kind of anxious about something. Yeah. And then the body totally relaxed. So, but I've been doing this for years with myself. And so with your children, do the you statement of validating the emotions, but you have to do it in combination with you're safe. Whatever you're experiencing is something that doesn't need to be fixed. It doesn't need to change. You are in a safe container to be in whatever process you need to be in. And with that, emotions are primary mechanisms for maturing and evolving. If we think about that video and that little child having that full throttle temper tantrum, all of those emotions were a vibration. That vibration was moving through the child's body, changing its vibration, changing its chemistry. It had a huge maturation moment. And so we don't want to miss these maturation moments. We want to hold this huge container for children, regardless of the age, to go through their maturation moment using their emotions. It's incredibly empowering. So those are the pieces to start reflecting upon, of holding a safe space. Also, to when they're having an emotion and you're holding that compassionate, safe space, you could, at some point in time, not right out of the get-go, you could encourage them, either silently or out loud, to ride their emotions like waves of energy. If this emotion that you're feeling right now were a wave, how tall would it be? What color would the water be? What temperature would the water be? You're demystifying their emotional experience. You're making it less scary. And they're like, it's not a wave. And you're like, what is it? Is it a rainstorm? Is it a fire? Is it a tsunami? Is it an earthquake? It's an earthquake. How big is it? It's earthquaking the whole world. Okay, in some realm, you might not want to use the word dimension, in some realm or in your fantasy world, be the earthquake and quake. Let yourself quake. And then you're encouraging them and their body to connect in with the nature realm and to express their emotions in a realm, a dimension that is safe, that is empowering. Again, no need to fix, just encourage them to do it in a safe container and an empowering container. There's another process too for holding a container for children to process emotions. And that is, you imagine, you say, okay, if you were to be in a kiddie pool, or you might even have a kiddie pool, and the child starts having like a full throttle temper tantrum, and you're like, okay, let's go to the backyard. Granted, we could always maybe do this in the summer unless they're into cold plunges. Get in the kiddie pool and let's have lots of emotions and just slosh around the kiddie pool. Keep feeling your emotions sloshing around until all of the water is out of the kiddie pool and you've sloshed it all out and you've had your emotional experience. And I'll use this technique also with adults that are having emotions. And I'm like, get in your kiddie pool and slosh around in the emotions. And that sloshing, and you literally are moving the body, and let's just slosh around in the emotions. It starts to move the energy and create a vibrational shift in the body. So kiddie pool, tornado, fire, tsunami, wave. And then one other process you can hold is, if your body were an animal and it was feeling these feelings, what animal would it be? I'd be a bear, or I'd be a dragon, or I'd be a cheetah, or I'd be a lion. Okay, could you imagine being that and letting yourself feel all those emotions in that animal form? So those are some of the things that you can do to encourage the child to be in their emotional experience that moves the energy and emotion through their system, through their energetic fields, creating a vibrational transformation, maturation moment, which shifts the consciousness, their behaviors, their addictions, whatever it might be.